My name is Anthony.
And
I work at Channing Daughters Vineyard. I do a little bit of everything. Channing Daughters, our inspiration for grape varieties planted and style of wine that we do, we get from northern Italy, region called Friuli. Friuli is on the northeast coast of Italy. More importantly, same longitude, same maritime climate, same seafood pairings. Much about the region matches us. Most important match, length of the growing season. So springtime there is springtime here, harvest time there, Cabernet Sauvignon. But we did a Cab Franc, a Merlot, a Syrah, an Italian grape called the Refosco, and a blended rosé called Sculpture Garden. They are all what they call Provence style, which means they're stainless steel fermented, they're dry, they're crisp. Some like this have an aromatic kind of a mineral profile to it. Others will be more fruit forward, but key being they're not sweet rosés, these are food pairing rosés, and they will actually pair with almost anything. Taking the same grape, we've gone stainless, no lactic fermentation, to wild yeast, lactic fermentation, and new French oak.
But it starts in the same stainless steel, and then you guys.
No, this goes right into the barrel. Goes right into the barrel.
so what can you tell us about l'enfant sauvage that he's about to...
It's wild.
For l'enfant sauvage, that would translate more towards a shrimp risotto or a lobster bisque.
I'm so hungry right now.
Grape juice is always clear when it leaves the grape, regardless of the skin color. So when you press a red grape like Merlot or Syrah or Cab Franc, the juice falls clear. At that point, the winemaker takes the skin and the meat of the grape, and the skin and the meat of the grape is where the concentration of flavor of any grape lies. It doesn't lie in the juice, it lies in the skin and the meat of the grape. So when he presses those red grapes and he puts the skin and the meat back in with the juice, if it's a red grape, a couple of hours go by, pink wine, rosé. A couple of days or weeks go by, red wine. So the orange style, simply put, we press the fruit of white grapes. In this case, it's 7 white grapes. The juice is clear. We don't discard the skin and meat of the grape and make white wine. We put them back in with the juice as if we were making a red wine. Okay, but because the grape is not red, we can't extract the pink or red pigmentation. We're getting a golden colored wine. But much bigger profile than we would have had we left the skin and the meat of the grape. Dom Perignon was a French monk in the 1400s. And the reason why he developed the style to make method champenois, to make fine champagne, was because French aristocracy was drinking method ancestral in the French courts. Basically, he thought it wasn't visually appealing enough, that they should have yeast and a cloudy profiled sparkling wine. So he develops the whole riddling and the disgorging process. The PS to the whole story, Dom Perignon, the man whose name will forever be connected with fine sparkling wine and champagne, is not a fan of putting bubbles into wine.
Wow. $20 bill.
Jackson.
Jackson was against currency being universal, and they put his face on the bill. Once they created universal currency for the country.
Grappa is when they take the skin and the meat of the grape after they finished harvesting and fermenting, and they distill it. You can distill anything organic and make a spirit with it. Think potatoes turning into vodka. That's an organic becoming a spirit. Okay, but Grappa, make no mistake, is Italian moonshine. It's 80 plus proof. All right, vermouth, fortified wine, which means in the old world, they start with the finished wine, they add the grappa, they push the alcohol level up to about 20%. At that point, it becomes vermouth. What both grappa and vermouth will always have in common, though, is they are always flavored and aromatized with local botanicals and fruits.